Hi friends, welcome to Friday TGIF, right? Now, before we launch into the stuff for today, what I really wanted to remind you is to make sure that you are celebrating all of your wins, all of your successes, all of the amazing things that have happened for you this week or today or yesterday. We often get caught up in this whole drive for more. I'm not there yet. Gotta keep going. Rather than actually spending 30 seconds working out what the frog we're celebrating and really owning the stuff that we've done really well, even if it's, it might not be about launching rockets into space or whatever, but anything that you've done well, make sure you are celebrating it. I think it's a really important thing to do, especially at the end of a week, especially when you might be a little bit tired and really looking forward to a rest. So celebrate your ass off. All right. What I wanted to talk with you about today is it's an interesting kind of topic, I think, that comes up reasonably regularly. And the question is, how long should my social media posts be? How long should my blogs be? How long should my live streams be? All of these things are interchangeable. In the topic for today, I did say that it would be about your posts, but this will translate into any and all actually of your any and all of the places that you're doing stuff, that you're creating content. So I just actually read an article on a social media website that said, people have got a short attention span. So you need to make sure that your posts are small, straight to the point, and kind of punchy. And I'm like, no. Okay. And then we've got other people who have got opinions about where they say that long form posts are the only way to go. Look, my advice around this, and it's not really very, we don't need to tell a whole massive big long story about it. The fact of the matter is that your posts, your videos, your live stream, your blogs, your articles, everything that you do, your podcasts, whatever, need to be as long as they need to be in order for you to get your point across, your message across, and to demonstrate what it is that the person needs to get out of it. So there are times where, and I know that you guys have seen this, there have been times where my posts can be 1,000 words or 3,000 words. They can be really freaking long. But the way that the way that these posts come out and come through me, there's no way that I could possibly shorten them because they would lose the magic. And I'm a firm believer that if something is coming through you and out of your fingertips while you're typing, then that is exactly what needs to be shared. And that we've really got to trust in our ability as storytellers, as badasses, as marketers, as content creators, as leaders, as entrepreneurs, as people who are out there inspiring and motivating other people. Our job is to really trust in our voice. And our job is to trust in our message. And our job is to go out and put that out there in as many or as little words are required. Now, so my natural way of writing has always been to have many, 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 many words. Now, last year I decided to practice and learn a different form of writing, and it felt really uncomfortable. It's kind of like wearing a dress that kind of fits, but kind of grabs in a little bit, it grabs in the wrong places, or maybe it's cut a little bit too low for your liking, or it might hug your butt a bit too much, or whatever it might be, but it fits you. For all intents and purposes, it fits you. And it just doesn't kind of feel right. Yeah, for the guys, this might be a pair of pants. I don't know what a good analogy is for you, but maybe a shirt not fitting properly. I don't know. Anyway, you get the analogy, right? And I suppose, for me, I practiced it. I became competent at it. I was producing good quality work. It was fun. But I really felt like it kind of stunted my ability to really get out what I needed to say. And it's a funny thing in our family. I always have all the words. I've always had all the words. The conversations, right from being a child, through to being a teenager, through to working as a professional adult, have been like Nicola could speak underwater with a mouthful of marbles and still have a billion words to spend every single day. Like I've always had many, many, many words to say. And so this thing last year where I decided to practice this different style of writing, and it was great. Like I said, it worked. I became competent at it, and it started to fit a little better the more I started practicing it and the more I started using it, that it wasn't my natural style. Now, the beauty of being able to, I guess, practice condensing your message and what it is that you're saying, whether it's on like as a post on Facebook or a different style of writing for an article or something like that, is that it gives you the ability to be able to write or speak in different ways depending on the environment that you find yourself in, which I actually think is really smart business. I actually think it's also really smart. It's a smart strategy. It's a smart thing to have in your toolbox of all of your things that you've got, where you might go, oh, I'm going to go and write an article. So I had an article published this week on flying solo, and I write very differently for them than what I do on my own website. I write very differently. Like the article, I was in the Weekend Australian month or so ago, and the way that I wrote that was very different to how I would write my own, writing for the consumption of you guys, which is great. It's fine. We've got different things that we can pull out for different purposes depending on the environment. But when we come to social media, and we'll talk about Facebook for a moment, there are going to be times where you might feel like you need to say all of the long words, or like all of the many words, like 1,000 words in a post, or however many words you feel like you need to say. And I really want to give you permission to trust whatever it is that comes out, that is exactly what it is that needs to be said. Because here's the thing, when it comes to people consuming, particularly your written content, they'll sit there and they will get the message that you are trying to disseminate almost at on a two-level kind of format, right? So they'll read it and interact with it from an intellectual level, but then they'll also read it and interact with it on an energetic level. Yeah? Hey, Tess. So if we're thinking about that, sometimes like I don't expect all of my people to read my long posts. Sometimes that could take 2 minutes. It's a lot longer than a 30-second post or like a 5-second post that is just one sentence. What I want you to think about though is that if you are writing all of your posts as long form content, maybe it could be interesting to pull some of those things out of your long form posts and reuse them, like a paragraph or two, as a post that is more of a short form post, right? You might find that people kind of like read that little snippet and then they're like, oh, I think they were talking about that in that longer one. I might go and read that now. Yep. So some variety, showing some variety is critical and crucial and really important. So mix it up. Now, I also don't want you only putting up short posts, right? Because there's only so much storytelling that we can do within a short post. And if we think about it, who are the people that we tend to connect with the most? It's the people who we feel like understand us. It's the people who we feel like get us, who have perhaps walked the path that we want to go walking on now, and we can just kind of like grab their hand and drag them along, like they can drag us along a little bit. Not kicking and screaming, of course, but drag us along a little bit and help us get to where it is that they are while they're leading the way. Stories help us to do that. Stories help us to create and be in rapport with the people that we're learning from and for the people who are coming across into your things as well. The other thing that's really important about mixing it up is that different people require different levels of information and different layers of information in order to be able to make decisions. And these initial decisions from a social media marketing perspective are all around whether they want to get to know you, whether they're getting to like you, whether they're learning to trust you, and whether or not they're going to activate and become a customer or a client of yours. So some people will see a post that you put up and go like, oh my God, shut up and take my freaking money. I am so in, let's go. Other people, and I found 70% of people probably fall into this category where they're like, oh, like I don't mind what this person's saying, but I'm just gonna hang around a little bit longer and consume everything that they're putting out so that I can get a bit more of a feel for who they are. Now, they might take between 7 and 10 touch points with you before making that choice and that decision. And if all you're doing is putting out the same type of content that might go for the same length, and if it all kind of like looks the same and there's not much variety going on in there, then now we run the risk of then potentially tuning out and not interacting with what it is that you're doing. Okay, so variety is really important. Variety of imagery, variety of posts, variety in the length and depth and detail and intricacy of your posts. So just bear all of that in mind when you're going out and you're doing things on social media, so that you're really kind of ticking all of the boxes for the different ways that humans generally learn and consume information. So that is me for today. We have started a 30-day challenge promotion that is happening starting on the 29th of July. If you want 30 days of extreme accountability, absolute massive inspiration, we are also going to be doing a 30-day live stream challenge within that challenge. So not only are you going to have accountability, not only are you going to be able to bounce ideas off me, ask questions about business, social media, marketing, like whatever it is that you feel like you need to ask, there'll be the time and the space to do that. We're also going to be launching throughout that process a live stream challenge. So what that'll look like is 30 days of you going live on your business page every day. Now, if live streams scare you, excellent. If you're not quite sure about what it is that you're going to say, even better, that's fine, because we'll be ironing all of that out every day so that you know exactly what your topic is going to be, you know exactly what it is that you're going to say, and then you'll get out there and do it. Now, the great thing about this, as we know, is that, again, like if we're thinking about human behavior and we're thinking about the way that your people will engage, interact, and ultimately connect with you, they want to see consistency. They want to be reminded of who you are. And if you're just constantly always showing up, then they start to see and believe that they can rely on you because you're just always there. Right? You're always there adding value. You're always there contributing. So we're going to do that. The other side benefit of that is that your people are then going to be able to go, oh, like there's your 7 touch points done really fast within 7 days if they're looking at every day within 7 days. You'll also be able to use these as inspiration for your written content that you put up on social media as well. So if you're looking at leveling up your stuff, then this is absolutely going to help you with that. I'll pop the link in the comments below, or the links. There are 2 levels. There is the badass level, and then there is the VIP badass level. The VIP level gets you essentially like one-on-one support with me for the entire duration of the challenge. So I think that's pretty badass. I think you're pretty badass. So mix up your posts. Do a range of different things. If you've got all the words, that's great. Just remember as well that sometimes you may get given feedback, right? You may get feedback from people saying, oh my God, that was just so many words, I couldn't even read it. Okay, cool, that's great. Let it go. Trust that they got whatever it was that they needed to get out of it. They got what they needed, no matter how much they read. Other people are like, I couldn't take my eyes off what you were saying. I just had to keep reading and keep reading and keep reading. Ace, awesome. That's excellent. You know, there's no judgment around what people do. Just don't buy into any feedback, all right? Trust that what you have to say is important, and that what you have to say and the amount of words that you have to say it in is absolutely perfect, all right? Get out there, go be visible, be amazing. Happy Friday. Have a brilliant weekend. And remember, the world is ready for your brand of awesomeness. So get out there and fucking claim it. I will talk to you soon. Bye.